It's time for Daebak City on Aewen Radio.
Come on. Yeah. EBN minus. We are Iru Point.
Hello my dear, 이제 말할게. 또 놀아도세요. 함께하길 바래요. Come on, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Iru Point, we back. 이제 말할게. 또 놀아도세요. 함께하길 바래요. Come on, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Iru Point, we back.
It's time for Daebak City on Aewen Radio.
Come on. Yeah. EBN minus. We are Iru Point.
Hello my dear, 이제 말할게. 또 놀아도세요. 함께하길 바래요. Come on, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Iru Point, we back. 이제 말할게. 또 놀아도세요. 함께하길 바래요. Come on, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Iru
여러분
Point, we
안녕하세요 and welcome to another exciting edition of Daebak City. I'm your host DJ Sim and this is the place to listen to the latest and the greatest Korean hip hop and R&B. We have a lot to get into this episode. I'm so sorry I was not able to have a show for you last month, but I was sick. Thankfully, I'm better. And now November is where it's at, which is fantastic because we have the hot topics, including everything that's happened so far with the whole K-Popalypse 2014. We have an exclusive Daebak City interview with Aewen. You've probably seen their MV for the night. If not, you should. And lots more. So just sit back and relax, and I will get back to you after these wonderful songs. This is Daebak City. I'm your host, DJ Sim, on Aewen Radio. Welcome back to Daebak City. I'm your host, DJ Sim, and the first set of songs you heard was 2001 featuring A. Lee, Beautiful, Ugly Pumpkin, From Yesterday, Billionaire, That Night, and High 4 featuring IU, Not Spring, Love, or Cherry Blossoms. Now let's kind of just get into this K-Popalypse 2014 recap. All of the shenanigans, all of the scandals, and just kind of review and see what we can get to from there. So as you know, 2014 for K-pop, Korean hip-hop, and pretty much the whole Hallyu wave was just a very bumpy ride. We've had idols airing out their company's dirty laundry on Twitter. We've had scandals after scandals after scandals, and unfortunately we've had a few deaths this year that is just really unfortunate with Ladies Code, which I mentioned back in the September episode of Daebak City. And the thing I really want to get into this particular segment is just all of the idols that seem to be leaving their companies or leaving their groups. We had Kara back in January when Ji-young and Nicole left. EXO fans were floored when Chris filed a lawsuit against SM to have his contract nullified, and then Luhan followed suit a few months later. And then we had the rumblings of Lee Jun and Thunder deciding to leave M Black. They were, a lot of the fans weren't sure whether or not they were actually going to go through with this. And then most recently we had the M Black teaser that came out yesterday, and all the members were there. So we're not sure what's happening with that. And, I'm sure some of the fans are wondering, well, what's going to happen? Chris is working on his drama, and he released a song in China. So he's doing fairly well. Luhan, I really haven't heard about, so I'm not sure if he is doing as well as Chris. Nicole is recently came out with her solo album. She's doing fantastic in my opinion. So hopefully the fans will kind of see that and be reassured that their idols are still alive and kicking, even though they're not with whatever group they debuted with. They're still out there and they're still doing their thing. And please don't forget that Jay Park was part of 2PM way back in the day before his scandal broke. And I still don't really want to call it a scandal, but I mean, it was a lot of misunderstanding. I mean, I really thought it was straight out of a K-drama because of all the misunderstandings. But look at Jay Park now. He's the CEO of AOMG Records. He's just finished his tour in the States. I heard it was fantastic. Unfortunately, I couldn't go. I'm not salty over that. I'm not upset. Maybe a little bit, but that's okay. I heard it was really, really good. Another group, JYJ, they're doing their thing, and they got blacklisted. Like, they couldn't perform in certain areas. I don't think they still, to this day, can perform on certain music shows on the television. Somebody get back to me on that, because I'm not sure. Hit me up on Twitter, YOUNG_AJUMMAH, and let me know whether or not JYJ can actually have their presence on television, you know, like Inkigayo or Mnet or something, because I really don't know. For a long time they could not. So SM, I realized that most of these idols that have left their groups have been under SM, so I don't know what's going on with that. SM, is there something that, you know, we need to know? Please let me know. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the music. I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes. So we're going to get back into it, and then I'll be back after that. So please, sit back, relax, listen to Daebak City. I'm your host, DJ Sam. This is Aewen Radio. Welcome back to Daebak City. I'm your host, DJ Sim, and the last set of songs you heard was Bastard, Bad News, Baby, K Sera Sera, Zion.T, Yanghwa, BRDG, and Almang, Phone Love. This segment is going to be the Artist Spotlight, and I'm super excited about this one this month because I had the wonderful opportunity to interview the group that is going to be in the Artist Spotlight. And that group is As One. Yay! Enter all the fanfare you want, because let me tell you something. As One threw down in that video for the night. I saw it. I was blown away with the musicality, the actual video itself. Wow. Okay, so if you don't know, As One is a Korean duo, two girls named Min and Crystal, and they have been around since like the late 90s, which for K-pop is just, I don't want to say decades, but it's an extremely long time. I really like these two girls because, first of all, they're older than I am, so that's great. They're both married, something else I can relate to. And their music is just fantastic. It's like really reminiscent of the early 90s R&B. Right now they're under the brand new music entertainment group that has Bumkey, Verbal Gent, P-Type, Troy, all the groups that I absolutely adore. So big ups for them. And as I said earlier, that I had the wonderful opportunity to do an interview with them, basically just going through what they thought of the music industry today and what they thought about that video, how they came up with the songs. So I'm not going to read all of it, but I'll just maybe do the first two questions, and then please, you can go on to Aewen Radio's blog. As soon as you go Aewen, AEWEN.com, it will be right there on the front. You will see the girls. You will see their smiling faces. Please go check out the entire interview. I really appreciate it. So, first question was, being a group from the 90s, what are your feelings about K-pop being so popular now around the world? As One said, they always used to say that K-pop would take over the world, and the fact that there is such a big following around the world just makes them hold their heads up high. When we talk about K-pop, when As One talks about K-pop, they're not just talking about the younger generation idols. They're also talking about the legends who gave their hearts and souls, talent and voices, and paved a way for the younger generation. It's been a long time coming for the world to see the beauty in Korean music. We couldn't be more proud to be a part of that. Isn't that a fantastic answer? I thought so. I thought it was very well-rounded. Anyway, Men and Crystal are both from the States, so they are Korean American, and they also, well, one has a child, and it was just a really, really fun interview to do, and I'm just very proud to have that opportunity. So, as I said before, check out aewen.com, aewen.com, for the rest of the interview, and please let me know what you think about it. Like I said, I'm really, really glad and appreciative that they took the time out of their busy schedule to grant me that short interview. I'm not even going to front. It was an email interview, so I just sent them the questions, and they gave it back to me. But you know what? Still, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to little old me. And yeah, I just really appreciate it, because if they're listening, if brand new music is listening, I really, really dig your music and just appreciate the fact that you are bringing something to your international fans more than the cutesy. You're bringing us the soul. You're bringing us the hard-hitting hip-hop, the R&B, and I appreciate it. So, having said that, I'm going to get off my fangirl soapbox and go listen to some music. This is DJ Sim. You're listening to Daebak City on Aewen Radio. Welcome back to Daebak City. I'm your host, DJ Sim, and the last set of songs you heard was As One, For the Night, Gotta, Sunglass, Red Velvet, Be Natural, and Crush, Sofa. Now, I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I was going to talk about the whole scenario with Zico, or Zico. I don't even know how to say his name. Zico? I think it's Zico. Okay, we're going to go with that. And his recent solo debut with the song Tough Cookie, and just all of the wrongness of that video and the lyrics. Lyrics overall weren't so bad, but there was that one line, which we're going to get into. So, I've talked about Zico before in the past, and even though I don't listen to all of his music and I'm not a Block B fan, I still, I know of him because I follow, or try to follow best of my abilities, all of the different hip-hop artists in Korea, or at least as much as I can get my information on, because it's kind of hard being a Korean hip-hop fan when you are not living in Korea, because there's a lot of stuff that you just can't find on the internet. So I heard that he had his debut, and I said, okay, solo debut. Fine, great, whatever. But then I started seeing the memes with the girls shaking their booties and whatnot, and him smacking them. Okay, I'm a big girl. I know that some people think that hip-hop has a lot to do with the sexuality of women, especially when you're watching a lot of the Western rappers, female rappers, male rappers, whatever. I mean, look at Nicki Minaj's Anaconda video. That should be banned from YouTube for life just because of the ridiculousness of it all. But whatever, I get that. I watched it, wasn't really overly impressed with it. I mean, it was okay. It had a little cute beat, and then of course I heard the line where he was talking about, you're a faggot bitch. You're such a faggot bitch. Okay. I don't like saying that word, but I say it just because that's what it says. That's what he said. Maybe he did not know what that meant, because a lot of times when you listen to music that is not in your native language, you'll, repeat it because that's what the song says, but you don't really understand what you're saying. And a lot of people got up in arms. I was offended. But then I had to think about it like this, Zico may not really understand what that word means and just the history behind the words for the States. And I can't really speak about anywhere else because I'm not from anywhere else. I'm here. I was born and raised here. But I wish that when idols or rappers decide that they're going to release something, they check with their people first. I know Zico has somebody in his camp that either went to school here or is from here originally and then, is now in Korea. say, like, hey man, check this out. This is what I wrote down. I want you to read it, make sure it flows. Because please believe that his company was trying to push Zico to the Western world, international. I don't, some fans are like, well, his raps aren't for anybody outside of Korea. Please. Everybody knows how big YouTube and all the other social media and video sharing and audio sharing companies are here. So if you take that into consideration, you're going to have to take into consideration, if I'm going to use somebody else's language, use another language that's not my own, I better make sure I don't piss those people off. So, like I said, Zico, get your man, say, hey, can you read this over, make sure everything's all right? Let me sit down and I'll say this to you. And then that way, when he gets to that line, the man can say, you know what, how about you change it to, XYZ, because what you just said will offend a lot of people. And then Zico could have been like, oh yeah, man, I'm sorry, I didn't even know, blah, 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 bada boom, bada bing, rewrite it, and, no harm, no foul. So that's what I have to say about that line in his rap. Zico, I'm available. You don't even have to know me. Just email me your stuff. Say, I want to say this. And I'm going to get back to you like, dude, either that's awesome or yo, man, that's not a good look. I'm just saying, look me up on Twitter. Hit me up on email, something, Instagram. I can help you out. But then moving on to the Cordy Nunes, who put together his outfit with the Confederate flag on it. Dog, come on. Same thing. You can't tell me that somebody just randomly went through some pictures and said, hey, you know what, this flag looks good, let me put it right here, without even double checking to make sure you're not offending anybody. Every time some Korean artist or Korean fans get upset because of the Japanese, either the Japanese music, it would be like the equivalent to the national anthem for the States, or maybe the picture, the flag of the sun. I know there's something that offends a lot of Koreans with that. That's the same way a lot of people think about that Confederate flag that you had on your leather jacket. And for people to say, well, he's not from here, so he doesn't know, you got to do your research. If you're going to be in this type of industry and you want to be mainstream and you want to appeal to fans, not just in Korea, but in, Mexico and the United States, Canada, you got to check. And if you don't feel like checking, because I get it, sometimes I'm just too busy to check for stuff, then don't do it. And then just, deal with that. Whatever. I'm going to get off my soapbox again and go listen to some music, because I can go on and on with this whole miseducation of Zico thing with his Tough Cookie song. And, let me know what you think. Hit me up on Twitter, YOUNG_AJUMMAH, and let me know what you think about this whole Zico situation. Or do you want to just let it lie? I know it's kind of 2 weeks old, so, hey, maybe people forgot about it. But anyway, this is DJ Sim. You're listening to Daebak City on Aewen Radio. Welcome back to Daebak City. I'm your host, DJ Sim, and the last set of songs you heard was Troy, Why Are We, You Kiss, Quit Playing, and Chancey the Glow, Boya featuring Roydo. Normally, this is a time where I talk about who's coming to the States, but I want to talk about who came to the States this year, because there have been an extremely large amount of Korean idols and solo artists, Korean hip-hop that have been coming to the States this year, and I, number one, am extremely thankful that I was able to go to a few concerts this year. And just really proud of the fact that they've actually been listening to the fans here in the States and have been coming over more often. Because when I first started going to K-pop concerts back in 2012, it was redonkulous, okay? There might have been 2, and I went to, no, there may be a little more than 2, but I know I went to Big Bang in New Jersey, and the line from just the fans coming from all over. I mean, I remember standing in front of some girls who had driven down from Canada. So they came from another freaking country to see them, because it was so rare to have K-pop idols in the States. But now, like this past weekend, we had the AOMG record company coming to New York and LA. We had 2 p.m. I know that VIX is coming. Well, 2 p.m. and AOMG were last weekend. And then in the future, I know VIX is coming. So, and then just a whole lot more. Who else came? Well, we had KCON, so that had all of the idols. VIX was there at KCON. Now they're coming back. I kind of want to be there, but whatever. I'm not jealous. But yeah, tell me, what do you think about all of the idols coming? Are you happy about the idols? Are you happy about the idols coming to the States more often? Are you upset that they are still just coming to New York and LA? Although 2 p.m. did go to Chicago, so that was something. And I think VIX is going to Dallas or somewhere down in Texas. So they're trying to get up there. Do you live in the middle of nowhere like I kind of do, and so you still have to travel no matter how close the concert may be? I think my closest destination would be Washington, D.C., and that's still a 4-hour drive for me. But I've done it. Where did I go see? Oh, I went to go see BAP because they're awesome and, reasons. So, yeah. So hit me up on Twitter, YOUNG_AJUMMAH, and let me know what you think about all the concerts that have been happening this year. Ooh, I think I'm getting sick. My throat is trying to close up on me. That's it for this episode of Daebak City. Next month is December, and we will be doing a Christmas special, so look forward to that. And yeah, I'm always available on Twitter, or you can shoot me an email. Check me out on the Aewen website, AEWEN.com. Let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts. Is there a song you'd like to hear? Is there more information I can give you on an artist that you heard on my show? Please let me know. Thank you so much to Aewen Radio and to all of my co-hosts and DJs out there doing your thing. We had a great 2014. Again, thank you to Brand New Music and to Aswan for granting me the interview. I really appreciate it. And yeah, till next time, you guys, take care. This is DJ Sim. You're listening to Daebak City on Aewen Radio.